I'm going to the Walmart. I'm going to Walmart. I had a couple of things on my mind this morning. I was waiting for Big J to go live. I enjoy listening to him in the morning. he be having that brother be having a lot of energy in the morning. Goddamn, I got a lot of stuff to do. I guess that's life, right? I want to get out in this fall garden today. That's what I want to do. Plant this fall garden. I bought some extra seeds yesterday. But what's on my mind today in this beautiful city of Atlanta I live in? I'm so grateful to have been from Georgia and be able to access Atlanta. And the interesting thing about Atlanta, I got a couple of things in my mind. I was thinking about some coons. I overheard a conversation yesterday. I ain't got time to address it. I don't want to spend no time really on coons. I think they're funny. I think a lot of people are funny, hilarious. Um, I'm highly what's the word? I'm highly entertained by the MAGA split and all these different MAGA folks, going through changes. It's like betrayal and tell us how you really feel and all kind of shit going on. That's interesting. And then the other thing is this open war, this media war on black men. And I think it's going to switch back and forth. I mean, I think it's a trend. It'll be black women for a second, and it'll be peppered and sprinkled with black women, you know. Because right now, white folks are victims. That's where we at now. Everybody white is suffering, right, at the hands of the brown people and the tan people. And so that narrative is being told. Them lies are being told. Very interesting. Um, but I'm definitely seeing a media war on black men, and I find that outrageous. I mean, it's like what's new, right? But it's the intention of it that you can just see. I mean, from Carmelo to the Russian guy who got knocked the fuck out to the white man who went, was it Tennessee or something, to a juke joint and thought he could go in there and call people niggas and got his ass wore out the frame. Black people we're tribal, we're clannish, we're tribal by nature. And so when you do something outrageous among all of us, we're gonna get our look back as a group. I don't care how educated or fancy or civilized you think you are. If somebody get out of pocket and the group is outraged, everything understood don't have to be said. You're gonna get your ass whooped. And we get it from the mud because I know. I'll give you an example. The white people are thinking they victims. No, black people are tribal. So if you fuck with one, you fuck with all. Do some bullshit and we be looking and watching and we be waiting. Okay, we might not jump in right away, but that's the nature of black folks. For real. You don't fuck with us, we don't fuck with you. That's just how it is. So when you see somebody white getting their ass whooped, trust me, you need to ask, what did they do to cause, like that riverboat? What did this white person do? That's the only question you need to ask. What did this white person do to cause these black people to have to whoop their ass? Why did you make them whoop your ass? That's the question you need to ask. Because we don't walk around fucking with people. Historically, you cannot find any evidence that black people have a reputation of just fucking with people. We don't do that. Y'all motherfuckers get in boats, trains, planes, and automobiles with a sign talking about you own something that you ain't never bought and proceed to take it in foreign lands. This is what y'all do. So that's how y'all operate. You colonizers. Every time you get your ass whooped, it's because you caused it. So let me make this clear. When you see a white person get their ass whooped, you need to ask them, what did your white ass do to cause these black people to have to whoop your ass. That's the only conversation we need to have. Okay? You did it. We don't just walk around whooping people's ass. We are cause effect kind of people. We don't just come up with random fuckery to do. Just like Fort Stewart is another one. You go another demonization. You got black folk all around America doing fuckery. You got white folks doing fuckery. You got people of every color doing fuckery. This is a huge country. Okay? This is a huge fucking country. Somebody's doing fuckery. So right now, somebody's doing some fuckery. Somebody getting shot right now. Okay? Now, what's the difference between that making news and then the Fort Stewart, Georgia soldier making news? What's the difference? It's the white victimhood narrative they want to run. Y'all got to see the media games. You got to see the media games. Carmelo, then it's, oh, look at Diddy, right? Look at Shannon Sharp, another black man taking advantage. All these black men are out of control. They're wild. They need to go to jail. They need to be controlled. The narrative goes on and on. Like I said, the dude go in the juke joint calling people nigger. He got his ass whooped. They look at what they did to him. They knocked him out. He's naked. They beat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how they go. And I'm talking about that too. Generation Z and A. Generation Z and Generation A don't fucking play. You hear me? I need to get some t-shirts so y'all will know. I met Generation Z and I said, ooh, it's time for me to exit the school district. They got a whole new breed in this bitch, and I don't know nothing about it. Millennials, they was a little rough, but Generation Z and A, baby, they don't have anything in graduate school that can prepare you to teach these motherfuckers. They different, okay? They kick ass and think about it later, if at all, okay? They move instantly without any caution. Generation Z and Generation A will do some straight up street fucking justice and not give a whole fuck of any consequence. That's a whole different thing I ain't never dealt with before. You understand? I'm afraid of that type of energy. I don't want to stir that up. Okay? But that's what we're dealing with here. So you're gonna see a whole lot of this street justice shit. It's gonna be a whole new culture with Generation Z. They're not waiting, they're not gonna file no lawsuit, they're not gonna do this, they're not gonna do none of that. Okay? They're gonna get with you right there. They're gonna fix it themselves. So there's gonna be a whole lot of that. Instant violence, instant justice. That's gonna be Generation Z and Generation A. They not finna do no complaints, no marching, no protesting. They not finna file no police reports. They ain't calling the police. They gonna take justice. So y'all need to know that when y'all out here fucking with Gen Z, y'all out here fucking with Gen A, understand you do so at your own risk. They different. They don't give a fuck. I mean, literally, they don't give a fuck. But yeah, this Russian guy, he got his ass whooped. Oh, victimhood. Oh, look at the blacks. You know, they're painting all these, they're handpicking these stories of victimhood where black people are out of control and black people, particularly black men, are doing wrong to white men and white women. They're picking out of all the fuckery that's happening in America, they're handpicking these particular instances because we're not caring. We're not doing anything. We don't give a fuck. We're smart people. We understand that you can take the Smithsonian, remove whatever you want, change the name, take away African American, erase whatever the fuck you want to erase, get rid of whatever books you want. We don't care. You're gonna die. You're gonna be gone. We don't give a fuck. Okay? Anything you do can be undone. We do not give a fuck. Fuck Trump, fuck MAGA, fuck all these people. And that's what black people are. We are resting, we do not care. None of this shit is our problem. Okay? We built this bitch and that's why we stay. But what we're not gonna do is get in the middle of all of y'all. Y'all gonna be white folks. I called it out like 2, 3 years ago. I said this gonna turn into a class warfare. White folks fighting white folks. And guess who ain't finna get in the way? We are on fucking code. I am proud of my people. I am proud of my people. because we are not stupid. We understand. And see, let me give you an example. When we said we know that this ain't our fight and to stay the fuck out, we know what we was doing. Y'all know who dumbass decided that he was gonna do different. I want to cuss this Negro out so bad. I forgot his name. But he decided he wanted to get on a boat, a flotilla, and take his ass to Gaza. Black dude, Negro. What do you not understand about resting? So do you know out of all they give they give these people champagne, right? The Israelis when they encounter, I'm gonna park over here. 'Cause I'm not going in Walmart talking. I'm about to go in Walmart. But these white folk, these Jews, when they pick up when they picked up I'm gonna let the window down. Turn this. When the white folk when these Jews picked up the boat and they invaded the boat and tried to take them away. Do you know the only person asked they would guess what who it was? The only black person on the damn ship, this black man. They whooped his ass. This Negro going to a place where people are starving. He on a boat with a whole bunch of gold chains. Are you serious, Negro? Are you serious? Did you really put gold chains on? And they used them gold chains to choke his ass. Okay. The irony of that. I could have told you better. You lucky they left them on your neck. I was gonna make a joke, but I ain't gonna do it because it could be considered racist. You know they like gold. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I ain't gonna say nothing else. But listen, you can't do what they do. This is a time black people go sit the fuck down. So understand that right now is not the time to be protesting and marching and getting in the middle of stuff. Let these white folks fight these white folks. Let them put their chest out and prove who they are. This is not our time. We done did everything we need to do. We done did everything we need to do. And so I'm saying this. We need to ignore the media. They are handpicking white victimhood narratives. There are Latinos kicking folks' ass, Chinese kicking folks' ass. It's people all over America kicking somebody's ass. But they want to customize and focus on and follow stories where a black person was likely required to kick somebody whose ass is white. They are custom picking these narratives for a purpose. Trump has every intention on going to cities and urban centers and surrounding them and trying to pretend that he has an absolute police state. It's a show of might. I'm gonna get these Negroes together. That's the agenda, and the media is playing to that. Let me tell you something. We are so on cold in Atlanta. If Trump thought for a second that he was gonna bring ICE to Atlanta and fuck with this great city of Atlanta, big and black as it is, we so on cold. Let me tell you how that's gonna work out. That's not gonna work out because we not. This might be the center of the civil rights movement, but what we not gonna do is get out here and protest. We're not gonna be like LA. Nope, we on cold. We got polished shoes in Atlanta. Understand? We got luxury cars to pay for in Atlanta. We not finna do none of that. You know what we gonna do? We gonna call our job with our black supervisor and our black directors and our black boards, and we gonna tell them we don't feel safe coming to work. And we gonna all collectively, from the top to the bottom, agree that we can work from home. Okay, and we can turn up at home. Okay, we can work from home, and we won't be driving while black. We won't be nothing while black. We'll be protesting while black. That's how Black Atlanta gonna turn out. Because we all black here, from the top to the bottom of any organization, uh, institution. We all black. Our city governments will say, proceed with caution. You don't have to go. You don't have to do X, Y, and Z from the government. Okay. So good luck. All you gonna do is make people decide to take an early fucking vacation. That's all. If you bring that shit to Atlanta, black people would literally boycott going to work physically. We would do that. I don't feel safe with Trump and his goons out here on the street. I ain't coming. And that's that. That's how Atlanta gonna get down. I can tell you right now. We'll declare our own fucking lockdown. Shit. Secondly, is my thing going still? Okay. Secondly, a coon, a coon is not something you're proud of. Okay. To be a coon is someone who is lost. You are unclear about your identity and your place in society. You're unclear. Now, the reason why you're unclear is questionable. Are you unclear or are you unsatisfied with your position in life? Are you unclear, meaning you're ignorant of your true position and situation in life, in society? Or are you unsatisfied with your condition and your situation? I would prefer to say, in my opinion, that most of these people who are self proclaimed coons are simply people who are looking for a race excuse. They are looking for a race excuse. They want to be special. They want to be unique. They want to, you know, like, it's kind of like people who have a Napoleon complex. You know, they want to be big. They want to be powerful, but they're not. The coon thing is the same thing. You're losing because you don't actually know your position in society. So you believe that if you identify yourself as something that you're not, clearly nobody in the world sees you as that thing that you want to identify yourself as. Nobody, even you don't see yourself. This is so strange to me because you're supposed to be post-racial. You're supposed to be so different and so unique. You're so past race, but somehow you find yourself tribing up with other people who think just like you, which is based on your race. And then you have the funny phenomenon of the white man, the poor white trash. And this is the funniest thing. Do you guys not understand that in white proper society and white proper culture, that white people stick with white people? White people validate other white people. Y'all understand? So when you're a successful white man, you want to be around other successful white men. That's just normal. It goes without saying. And the same thing, successful black men hang around successful black men. And when you see a white man who's hanging around black spaces and places like Eminem, he Eminem it, even if he got a southern Kentucky accent, something's wrong with him. He's not normal. He's abnormal. But you cones, you need such validation for your post-racial euphoria and bullshit that you would allow an anomaly, a weird one, a runt, a weirdo, to be an expert in your space, to speak on something you don't believe in, which is blackness, which is so weird. So you're a coon who's cooning about not being a coon who's a coon. Like, what? It's just weird. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I think they're trying too hard. They're trying so hard, like a Napoleon complex. I'm gonna bark. I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna seem powerful. You're still fucking 3 feet. Okay, you're doing all that, but you're still 3 feet. These coons are funny to me because they spend all of their time. You understand this? The investment of energy. They spend all their time worrying about lower class black people. What was interesting yesterday is they proceeded to critique the black boule, the black elite. They proceeded to critique the black boule, the talented tenth. I find that shit absolutely hilarious. Do you know why the Coons, the self-appointed Coons, do you know why they have a problem with the black boule? Why they have a problem with the elite blacks, the talented 10th blacks? Do you know why? They have a problem with them because the black boule, the talented 10th, the black upper middle class and true middle class, the professional class of black people generationally are everything that they are not, but wish they could be. The black boule do not need to, the talented 10th, the professional class blacks, multi generationally, they do not need to use race as an excuse for any kind of lack of achievement. They're not experiencing any struggles. They are past the struggles. They have elevated themselves to access through networks, creating a world that they will, power they keep. They have network. They do not need to use race as an excuse for anything. This is why the Coons have a problem with the talented 10th. They're everything they want to be, wish they could be. But I have to tell you something. A lot of these a lot of these experiences that make the boule, the talented 10th, that make the professional multi-generational black middle class, a lot of the things and the mechanisms are lived experiences. And there's an authenticity to them. And this is something that a coon who is worried about the hood, obsessed about the hood, concerned about the degeneracy, stuck worrying about poverty, they can never cross paths. They will never be in the same spaces. They are different, fundamentally different. Notice this, the coons are worried about degenerates in the black community because they dwell among them. They come from them. They're worried about the wigs, the weaves. They're worried about the ghetto. They're worried about poverty and food stamps. They are so concerned about the lowest rung of black society. Why do you care? Why do you care? That's the question. Why are you so worried? All of your care, concern, your content is concerned with the lowest rungs of the black society. Do you live around these motherfuckers? Is that your mama? Is that your daddy? Is that your child? Is that your community? Is that your neighborhood? Is that where you live? Is that you? Is that why you worried about it? You trying so hard to erase what you are naturally concerned about because it's you. You are that shit. I've heard some of these motherfuckers talk. You can tell they're not educated. You can tell they have no vocabulary. You can tell they ain't spent a day in a fucking desk, can't read probably, don't have any skills. Where is your businesses? You talking about you a coon. Where are your businesses, baby? Where's all the wealth and property? You're supposed to be something special, right? Are you doing international business? Are you network? I'm just asking. You such a super coon. Post Negro. What have you got to show for it? Lay out your resume. Did you graduate from Harvard? Are you a CEO? I'm just asking. What makes you so special? These motherfuckers are so deep in poverty, and that's why they regurgitate it every day. They so stuck in poverty. Another thing is they have no family values. That's how I know they're not even serious. Like they couldn't even be Boule if they wanted to. Boule believe in family. Boule will die and go to hell for family. They believe in their women. Black Boule men believe in their men. The women believe in their men. Okay? That's a fact. They believe in the family system and they will not be moved on that shit. Notice in the video the Coons had, that woman pride and joy. What did she do? She went to the wall with all the family pictures. She's tracing her heritage. This is something that the Black Boule do. The talented 10th, the professional, multi-generational class, this is what they do. They keep track of who they are, their family names, where they come from, their story. They know their grandfather, father, great grandfather, great great grandfather, great great grandfather. This is a pride to the Black bourgeoisie, the professional class, multi generation, Black middle class. This is common. But these coons, on the other hand, will never be that. Most of them do not know their father. They do not know their grandfather. They can't have multi generational pictures. They fucked that up on their own without the white man in slavery. This is where they come from. This is why they struggle. This is why they worry so much about poverty, because you're in it. I do not give a fuck about no poor folk. You know, if you ever hear me say anything, I'd be like, ooh, I gotta go to this particular part of town. I'm gonna hurry up. I'm not gonna get out and go to the gas station. I'm gonna fill up before I get there. You understand? I avoid. I don't worry about. I avoid certain shit because it's not my nature. I avoid it because I don't want to encounter it. I don't have any tools to deal with it. You understand? I don't spend no energy and time worrying about the downtrodden and the degenerate and who's got what weave and who's wearing flip flops, who's got their titties out, who's this, who's that, who's got food stamps. I could give a whole fuck. That is not the world I live in. You understand? So the coons are funny to me. They are telling everybody every day that they are the degenerates. They are the ones in poverty. They are the ones who cannot establish family with any color. Okay? And what they do choose is trash. Let me say that again. The bitches they do choose are throwaways and trash. Trash. Something that the white man doesn't want. A bottom dweller. You got it? Something the Asian man wouldn't have. Trash. Trash. They pick up trash and they put it on a pedestal and they think they have accomplished something because they're so degenerate and poverty infested. This is where they dwell. And like I said, they have no family values. All of them talking trash. Ask them, do they have a fucking wife? Ask them, do they believe in family legacy and lineage? Ask them what inheritances they have coming between them and their wife. Ask them, is there anything set to be inherited? Has anybody willed anything to you? This will tell you the level. Do you even know your fucking father? Do you know your grandfather? You see what I'm saying? They're funny to me. They are imitations of nothing. They are hilarious to me. I would love to know. I would love to do a poll just for the enjoyment of it. How many degrees do you have? Where did you graduate from? What is your income? What are you currently on the board of? What do you lead? Right? Have you ever had a business, grown a business? Are you an employee? Have you ever had an independent contract? Have you done anything successfully in your life? What makes you a super Negro? Please validate. What makes you so different from those you speak on and shit on and try to punch down on? Again, it's a Napoleon complex. Still 3 feet. Barking, shouting, yelling, fighting, getting nowhere. I think the coons are absolutely funny. I just listen to them. They just suffering, y'all. They suffering. They don't know what to do. They looking for anything except self improvement. It'd be too late for people, y'all. It'd be too late. But anyway, so that's my take on the coons. I think the poor white trash who gather around black people are hilarious because they ain't got nowhere else among their own to be. And so they come and Want to be special with my Negroes, and Negroes be so grateful. Thank you, Massa, for coming to our party. Thank you for speaking on our panel. Like you an expert at something, you just white. Thank you, Massa Snowman. Y'all love y'all some white trash, don't you? These Negroes love them some white trash. I swear for God. Y'all know what I do with white man? Shit. Man, shit. I ain't even gonna say it. I drag them. I drag them if they come in my space. But they don't usually be around me. How they gonna be around me? How? How? Except on the internet. I just see the motherfuckers from a distance. Anyway, so that's what's on my mind. And I gotta go shopping. I gotta go shopping. These motherfuckers ain't got no family values. They ain't doing nothing useful, unique, special, but they swear they special. They swear they so different. It's all just talk. This shit fake as fuck. I say.